Hey guys, welcome to Risk of Rain. Not to be confused with Heavy Rain or Hard Rain from the Left 4 Dead games, but Risk of Rain is a kind of an action platform. It's another roguelike, kind of like Binding of Isaac, but it's more of a platformer than anything. All the levels are procedurally generated with randomized items. You got your characters here. It's a game that I played pretty thoroughly, and I think just about everybody unlocked the first time I played it, but of course my data didn't transfer over to this computer. You only actually start out with one character, and it tracks all your shit. It's a really fun game, honestly. I was just wanting to get back into it. I don't know what initially drew me to this game. I mean, the gameplay obviously enticed me. The visuals are kind of interesting too, all things considered. It's very... I don't know, it's indie to say the least. Basically, you level up. The game is called Risk of Rain due to the little gauge you can see up in the top right there. What it does is the longer you're alive, and this transfers over across levels. Damn it. Fucked up the jump again. The harder the game gets, pretty much. And it's you don't want to progress too slowly, obviously, because then all the enemies would be too difficult to beat. But you also don't want to go too quickly, because you want to be able to get decent upgrades so that you don't get wrecked. And it's really kind of cool because some runs can just be absolutely ruined if you don't have enough haste. Some are ruined by maybe you'll get through the pass like the first couple levels if you get lucky and find yourself close to the teleporter spawn, but you won't have the necessary upgrades to clear it, essentially. Which is really, really cool. And I actually didn't even see what that item did for me. Those are kind of useless. Sometimes. If they stack, they're okay. Also, the enemies seem kind of harmless right now, but some of the enemies in this game are just so freaking cool. Oh, also the soundtrack is glorious. There it is. Okay, I gotta get up there. I think. There must be another way to get up there. Like I said, it's all procedurally generated, so you can get fucked over by that. Excuse me. Yep, just like now, I think. Because of where the spawn is, I might not actually be able to even get to it. And if that's the case, I'm gonna be very sad. Unless I can... Maybe I can jump that? Okay, that's jumpable. Okay. I'll be okay. All the different characters have different mobility. This one is the Commando class? Or character, I guess not even really. Oh! Oh. Well, I feel like an idiot. Commando class is all about zoning and range and shit. And by the way, boss fights. Really, really, really big boss fights. He's all about zoning. All of his attacks are range. I've only beaten the character with one other... Actually, I've never beat it with Commando, but I've only beaten it with one character, and I haven't unlocked him yet. You have to get lucky and find him in one of the later stages. Also, yikes, I am out of here. Big time. The goal is to survive 90 seconds. At the end of 90 seconds, all the enemies stop spawning. Then I have to kill all the enemies before I can even leave the level. Boss here included, I believe. Agile Worm is one of the easier guys. Especially since I've got that handy little dodge roll. I just use that. I go right through him. Fight me. 1v1 me IRL. Like I said, banner can be useless. It just depends on where it is. Come on. See, as you can see, the difficulty just rose and hit the bump there. This is still manageable. There's spirit books. Cool. Oh yeah. I don't know what that was. I don't have. I've got a couple of the items I usually like to have. Remembered liking the punching level lots for the extra knockback. These are interesting. Basically, you spend money. Sometimes you get nothing out of them. Sometimes they give you items. And the area points you toward the next closest enemy, too, so. It's not like you're gonna go crazy looking for it. Commando's fun because you can do this, and this makes my life wicked easy. Sweet. Actually, this run might not be too bad. I've already got 2 items here. You can see the little red vial down at the bottom multiplied by 2. That means I've got 2 of those items. And what that item does is every time I kill an enemy, I get 1 extra health added to my max. So with 2, I'm getting 2. Alright. Also, you level up and shit, but I think leveling up really only increases, like, your base damage and a little bit of your max health, and of course, you've got a scaling regen, which will change over time. Oh, nice. So, a bouncing brain, that's interesting. Huh. Pretty cool. Alright, so let's get out of here. This will actually help you out quite a bit. Then it gives you experience for the remainder of your money, and you leave. And I believe the first stage is always... No, there's a couple. Every stage, which is, you know... Like, now I'm on stage 2. Every stage has 2 or 3 variants, I believe. Which is kind of cool. Just adds to the whole procedurally generated feel of the game. The teleporter that I got to always changes places. Hey, that's actually pretty cool. And handy for my zoning. Alright. See, had I zoomed through the previous level, this could be very difficult for me. And it's still not easy per se. Matter of fact, I'm still at the... I'm not as strong as I would like to be, but good enough to do. Difficulty is now risen to medium. Go ahead and activate this. This one's usually the Wandering Baker, or the Ancient Wisp. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Ancient Wisp is fun. That's his attack. Can't really defend against it unless you know what to look for. I have forgotten. But I am well off on item trade. So I would just tear you apart. See if I can stay in there. I'll get some combat bonuses. But it's really hard because you don't want to sit too close to him, obviously. Yeah! Very good. Sweet. And I died. But hey, yeah, that's just the way things go. So, and then it tells you, you know, your records and shit. Tells you what killed you. These are all items that I didn't previously have unlocked. That's actually a character, which I will play in the next episode. See you guys in a bit.